Well, good evening, side friend. Matter of fact, I should say good morning. It's 12:30 Thursday again. We just want to say that we give God all the praise and honor, and glory for life, health, and strength. Thank Him also for each and every one of you, side friends. You know who we are. I just wanted to say that tonight I was sitting here and we had a long rehearsal with the tritone today, and I was kind of tired. We got through. My voice almost left me. Trying to teach and sing all at the same time, it gets something that'll take a toll on the voice. Went about 2 hours and a half. That's a pretty good while to be singing. Your voice will go on me in a minute. But however, though, we were glad that we were able to get some work done. And also came in and I started recently. It took me a little nap and woke up kind of with some aches. Well, I'll just be for real with everybody. I'm not going to try to put up my front. Woke up with some aches and pains, and so I tried to sit around and look at a few videos on YouTube. And I listened to some of the good old time music, old school. I love old school music. And I got to listen to a song that I heard years ago, written by Andre Crouch and Quincy Jones. It was from the book that a lady named Alice Walker. I don't think she's related to me, but her name is Alice Walker. She wrote Color Purple. And I'm quite sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about when I say about the Color Purple. Alice Walker is the one who wrote the book. And they made a movie. I believe it was Steven Spielberg, if I'm not mistaken, in conjunction, and Andre Crouch and Quincy. Quincy did the soundtracks of the movie and everything, a lot of the music of the movie. And one of the songs that was in the movie was called God Is Trying to Tell You Something. That's the one that Andre Crouch co-wrote, I think, with Quincy Jones. But I was just thinking about it, and I remember this song came out over 30 years ago, really, because I was in college. I was in college at that time, going to Berry. It was around 1985, I believe it was. And 84, 85, but I believe it was 85. But at any rate, that song got a lot of meaning, very powerful. And God is trying to tell you something. 9 times out of 10, on my trip through the Bible every year. Matter of fact, I'm already up to Nehemiah. I've read over about 10 chapters of Nehemiah on my yearly walk through the Word. And I noticed where it's just like the devil. I noticed where when the king gave Nehemiah leave to go and build the walls of the city of Jerusalem, Nehemiah was very sad, because he said he was thinking about his home, Jerusalem, and his city lying in waste and no walls surrounding the city. And the king gave him leave and told him to go and do what's necessary, even funded the project. The king even funded the project, told the timberlands, the foremen to give him whatever he needed in the work of this here project. Well, immediately, just like the devil, he always lie in wait to stop the work of God. Sanballat and Tobiah, those were the main two. They went to market. What you trying to do? What are you trying to put up this wall for? It's just like people. People are the same today. They haven't changed. I told you the devil don't have any new trick. As soon as you try to do something constructive, something productive, that's when the devil gonna raise his head. Don't nobody care when you ain't doing that. Don't nobody say a word to you. Nobody don't even pay you no attention. But when they see you trying to make a move to do something worth something, that's when the devil raises his head and come out of the woodwork. So it was in the case with Nehemiah. Sanballat wrote him false letters and things talking about leave the work alone and come down and let's meet with him. See, they want to destroy Nehemiah. They were trying to set him up in the land of Oh No. But I'm glad it was the land of Oh No, because that's exactly what Nehemiah told him. Oh no, I can't stop this work to fool with you. See, when you start fooling with people that don't want nothing, you're going to end up just like them. People ain't going nowhere and they want you to go with them. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. And Nehemiah didn't do that. Nehemiah said, no, I am not going to stop my work, what I'm doing up here. And you know, those people, Nehemiah and all his clan, they had to work on the wall with one brick in a hand and a 45 in the other hand. In times of trouble time, that wall went up. That was a prophetic. That was prophetic. So in other words, you can rest assured. Yeah, you can rest assured that if you got anything positive to do, that you start to do something good for the betterment of yourself or anything else, be for certain that's when the devil gonna start raising his head and gonna start talking crazy talk to you. And nobody gonna say a word until you start something good for God cause. Especially if it's for God. The devil automatically gonna start talking and running his big mouth. But you got to overlook that. In other words, but I'm gonna tell y'all people, I don't know about you, but I'm talking about middleman now. It's sometimes hard to ignore. In other words, you don't let it stop you from doing your work, but it just sort of like gets on your nerves sometimes. Every time people start saying something, they got to start saying something negative about what you are doing. That's the devil working through them. See, this is how come Jesus told Peter, Peter, get behind me, Satan. You remember, y'all, when Jesus told Peter that? He wasn't calling Peter the devil. He saw the devil working through Peter. You see, he had already tried to tempt Jesus on the mountain of temptation. And he left him. He said, the Bible said he left him for a season. But that didn't mean he didn't come back. Oh yeah, he came back to Jesus many times. Many times. And this one time he came back through Peter. You see, the devil knows how to get to you. He knows exactly what button to press. But so what we got to do as saints of God, we got to rely on the Holy Spirit. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest about myself. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I try to rely on my own flesh, and it always ends me up in trouble. Even though I be right, but it ends me up in trouble for doing it the wrong way. Let the Holy Spirit be your guide. And then we won't get ourselves in a mess. Because if you fool with folk, you will never do nothing. And you always want to surround yourself with people that's positive. That people that are going to bless what you're trying to do. They ain't gonna, at least even if they don't understand, they ain't going to start talking old stupid talk and negative. That ain't helping put up the wall. See, Tobiah and Sanballat's job was to try to talk Nehemiah down to get off the wall to go do what he wanted them to do, to take his mind off the job at hand. That's the way the devil is. But now don't you mess with nothing they trying to do. Oh no, don't mess with nothing they trying to do. They'll get all out the woodwork and tell you about all the reason why they got to do this and they got to do everything they got to do. But when you got to do something, you ain't got to do it. Don't listen to that kind of mess. Don't listen to that kind of mess. As a matter of fact, get rid of that mess if you can. It's more easier said than done, but sometimes we got to put people at bay. You got to let them go, because if you do not let them go, I don't know who this is for other than myself, but it might be a couple of people that may see this video and you may understand, or see this video and you may understand and know exactly where I'm coming from. But if you're going to be anything in your life, and if you're going to do and fulfill your mission in life, you're going to have to leave some people alone. You're going to have to, just like Nehemiah did. Nehemiah said, bump you, Sanballat, and Tobiah, you are going to hell where you come from, because I'm not coming off this wall and doing the work of God, which I came here to do, that the king have gave me permission to do, and here you come with all your mess. You take you and your mess and go on to hell where you belong. See, that's what you got to tell some people. Because if you listen to them long enough, they will discourage you, and you'll be back to the land of oh no, of doing nothing. Oh no. And that's what they were trying to get Nehemiah to come to. Oh no. And he did, and he told them, oh no, I'm not coming. This is what we got to do. And so I was just listening, and I love Vicki Wine. Her singing is that woman can sing. I haven't heard her sing anything now in a good while, but I know back in that day she was absolutely outstanding. and she was saying this song, as long as I got King Jesus, I don't need nobody else. You know what? That's true. That's true as long as you got King Jesus. But let me tell y'all something also. You got to do it through people though. So therefore, see, in other words, yeah, God gonna do all things for us, but he have to work through people. So in other words, therefore we got to be selective by the people that we choose to be in our inner circle. Everybody can't be in your inner circle. You ever heard some people, everybody they see is their friend. They call them a friend. Everybody's not my friend, and I know it. I got sense enough to realize everybody's not many-man friend. I know that. You only gonna have a very few friends in your lifetime. Very few. You're gonna have a lot of associates and people that you know and that you rub elbows with maybe from day to day on your job and in the market, at the laundromat, that you see them from time to time, once a week, twice a week, what like that. But those are associates. You're gonna only have very, very few friends in your lifetime. Very few. Matter of fact, one of my best friends is long gone. Long gone. Died when I was 16 years old. Came to my 16th birthday. He bought me a present. It was in November 3rd, 1977. He died that same year. He died that same year. And that was June. We called him June, but his name was Walter Pitts Jr. He was a junior, but his surname. Now that was one of my real friends of the lifetime. And he's gone on. Been gone now some 38 years or more. Because I'm 54 now. So, in other words, he been gone some 38 years, but he is just as fresh in my mind today as he was when the day he died. But that was one of my close friends. Now, I got two more that I consider. I got two more. I'm talking about males. Because, see, it's hard to have female. See, I had more female friends when I was in college than I do now. Because, see, it was a different time. It's hard not to have female friends because the first thing people want to say is you going with them. That is so stupid. But that's what people, the first thing they'll say, you must be going with this. That's a bunch of, that's of the devil too, believe it or not. But at any rate, my buddies in music, Brother Floyd Carter, Brother Daryl Johnson, Louis Chingle, you know, and then our sister that's in part of the Tritone, Delphine. But see, that inner circle draw closer and closer. And I got sisters and brothers in my church, like Sister Anna and Honey, and a few more church ones, Beverly, and all those that we are church family that are close and everything, the choir members and whatnot. We try to do, in other words, do we like everything each other does? No. Sometimes we fall out. That's normal. But you don't have to stay stupid. See, this is what I'm saying. Don't remain stupid. You ain't got to stay stupid. If you've been doing stupid stuff, and we all have, we all been a prodigal one time in our life, or some of us 2 or 3 times. We done been wrong, and if you keep living, you're gonna be wrong some more. That is not the point. But if you cannot help a situation, don't try to hurt it. And you know, some people will go behind your back. And they see you close with certain people, and certain people is kind of up on you a little bit, and they see that certain people trying to take to you and look like they liking you and stuff. People would dig a ditch for that and try to say some bad things and stab you in the back with old people. Say something false about you in order to kill that friendship. But you know what? God is not blind. You reap what you sow. Now, see, people don't realize everything we do. It's been put on record. You're gonna reap just what you sow. See, life is like a boomerang. All of our acts is like a boomerang. When you throw a boomerang out there, it don't come back to the person next to you. It come back to you. So you better be careful. So I remember, God is trying to tell us something. Thank you, brother. As a matter of fact, Brother Andre Crouch is going on. But we'll say to Brother Andre in the spirit, and we will talk to Brother Quincy in the natural. Quincy's still with us. We thank him for that song. God is trying to tell you something. We also want to thank, I don't really know exactly who wrote the one that Vicky sang, but Long as I Got King Jesus, but a very awesome song. a very awesome song and very well sung by the artist, our sister Vicky Winans. We want to say, keep up the faith. Keep your hand in the winding chain. Don't give up on God. Don't ever give up on God. Give up on many man, but don't give up on God. God will never fail. This Many Man saying peace. Got to do some music, y'all. Good night.